What is up, everybody? And welcome back to Black Flag Zoo. I am your host, Monster Warrior. If you were first joining us, welcome. I'll give you a quick overview again. Our first exhibit was flamingos. Got it. Not so exciting. But I can put a link in the description for you guys to go back and check out that video. This is just a quick overview of just showing you the exhibit that we built in the last one. Kind of going through. I did make a mistake, and as you saw, if you guys watched the first video, I have taken out the tundra rocks and put in the tropical rocks. So now that makes me feel better, and I'm sure it makes the flamingos feel better. But yes, got it. Flamingos, not that exciting. Don't worry about it because, crikey, we got some saltwater crocodiles for you guys today. Yes, I love saltwater crocodiles. They, anytime there's always specials on about saltwater crocodiles, I'm always watching those. They're just amazing beings. So let's just jump right into this for you. As you can see, I've also updated some of the paths, made it more of a rock cobblestone kind of feel to it in description. But what I wanted to go for here is you could see that it's split there. Made a lower path down, you could see in the ground area, but also you can see that there's some water not there. That's going to be the hippo exhibit later on. So what we're going to do is make this building actually multi-purpose, and you can see out of it with the hippos and the saltwater crocodiles. What you will do is go into this building and then work your way down to that underwater viewing area there. It wanted to make it, multiverse, and being able to put in different things with this. So then later on, it took me a while to get the path really right on it. I started seeing what everybody is talking about with the path being kind of finicky, but once you get used to it, you get used to it. So then wanted to make sure we're going to put in a couple of the keepers. So now that we have that split, we can do one side with the hippos, one side with the crocodiles, move on into there, and then build it from that. So this is me just now laying out. I wanted to start and put some of the fencing inside the building, which that kind of was a pain in the butt, but it all kind of worked out in the end as well. You just got to work with it. A lot of the things you just have to work with on this, and it does work out. A lot of the natural barriers, like you see I'm doing here with the rocks, that works out very well. They're not gonna crawl over it and get up onto this area. So the developers did a really good job on making sure that it is pretty realistic with a lot of these things. If you keep working with it, you can find different ways. So, and keep going off of that. But there's just some inspiration when you kind of look at these things. You have this building, and it's themed. You get that feel. I wanted to kind of go for that feel of somebody living there. They're studying the animals and their habitats. They've been there for a while, and that's why it's this stone building. They're living there. They're kind of being able to see what the animals are doing. If you've been to zoos and you've seen these areas, you know what I mean. You kind of walk into them, and that's the viewing area. That's what I was going for with this. So this is where I start trying to put in the keeper's doors, work with it, but it eventually gets there. So that way, again, you have where an area, the guests can go down to the underwater viewing area, and then the keepers can go one way, and then this is also split as you see. Now I'm going to put in another a door, but I'm actually ending up going to put that on the other side because I thought multiple different things here with this was I end up putting in a big Bay Area window where you can view the hippos from this side because they actually use more land than the saltwater crocodiles. Um, and that's just my thought processes now. It may change when I get to the hippos, but that's just how I started working on it and getting through it. But I think it's going to be really cool once we get to that certain point of getting those those bay areas and then going down and being able to see them kind of get into the water, and then we'll also have the elevated walkways that you can look over and look down at these guys. Um, so yeah, it's I have some big ideas, and this is just the beginning phases, let me tell you. So now you can see that we got the bay windows in. I think I'm gonna start working on the roof, getting that done. That sometimes can take a pain, but you know, nothing's nothing that ever came out good was done easy. we, let's just say that, you know. Uh, but it definitely making sure that you put the detail in it's fantastic. It is fantastic. So once we get all this laid out, as you guys can see here, and then I will get the saltwater crocodiles in, and just to give you a preview, the next episode I will be working on the gharials. I know I said that wrong in the last one, and I God hope that I'm saying that right now. But we'll get those guys in there. Been looking at a lot of inspirational stuff, images from the computer, jungles, and things like that. Um, just different waterfalls. I kind of want to build on the scenery because you know it's a lot of little flat things that the crocodiles like, and then you got your hippos, and they're rivers, but they're flat kind of wilderness animals and everything. But it's just it's things that can it's the details that makes the difference is what they say, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get to. Once we get through a lot of these beginning exhibits, I start getting the feel for it and how we're going to keep progressing forward with this zoo, especially now that we have a few exhibits in, and where we want to go with it. You know, that we're after. I think once we get the Crocs in, the gharials in, the hippos in, and then we're going to push in that back big corner because I know they need a lot of land. We're going to have a huge Indian elephant, and I have a lot of plans and creative ideas for that one. So we're going to keep working and building off of that, and then that's just going to keep flowing. We're going to talk about possibly going back to that middle area where you saw the flat area, around where the flamingos were, or pushing off more to the right of where we're at with that, and just keep, but we'll just keep trying to flow from there. So, but yeah, so now, you know, I'm putting the supplies up there, kind of going again with that theme. What would the scientists, the biologists be doing in this hut? Kind of keeping the supplies away from the scents, up and out of the area, away from them. I was gonna hang this boat originally, but you know, I wanted to kind of give it more feel like they just brought it in to dry out, so they're kind of just hanging it up against the wall and everything. Yeah, but you know, again, just kind of putting everything all together with all the supplies and making sure that that the information and the details are there. Kind of around the keeper's doors, you know. Yeah, I wouldn't put oranges for the crocodiles, but they're just there, you know, trying to just keep adding to it, and going from there. Then you know, I wanted to add more boats out to it, but it just didn't really match up. I think I ended up scrapping this boat. It started becoming too much. It wasn't flowing right. So wanted to get that going, and just seeing where we were with everything. But then, you know, trying to get these pictures up, it was not, I'm sorry, not pictures, windows. The windows on this. Looking at these windows are fantastic at night. when you get the power to them and everything, it actually almost looks like they're candlelit. Um, Trying to mix a lot of those different styles in. You have your African style, and then there's different ways you can do a lot of this stuff. People say to mix them, and don't be afraid to mix them. They do look good. Some of the styles I've mixed with the African styles, and they do look really good. You just gotta find what you're looking for, and it will work out for you if you just figure it out. Just put your mind to it. It's what they always say when you're growing up, right? So, you know, um, once we get into this, though, I'm going to finish up some of these pictures. We'll get the crocodiles in, and then we can start kind of building off of that and seeing where we're going from there. Show you some of these new pictures, and not the pictures, but show you some more of the new buildings and where we can go from there. And hopefully lead into the next video, which again will be the Garials, and kind of build off of that. All right, so let's finish this up here and get into some real time. Just getting this all done. And then we'll pop over into the real time here. There we are. Oh, and look, my zookeeper goes right through the mud pit. And I guess that's what I get for keeping it right in front. But this is where we sit. And then, oh, yes, right through the mud pit again. Don't you go walking through that house that I just built. You better wash those shoes off. But yeah, no, never mind. Looking at it, here's the big male over here. I added a lot of foliage to the exhibit and everything now. Made it more realistic looking for them. Getting where they want to be with everything. So see the smaller female in the back over there. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep adding some foliage around the fence there to make sure that it kind of clears it up and it looks a little bit more natural. You can see that you have that underwater area there. We start adding in those hippos and it's going to start filling in. I might put a cover on it. I'm getting that all taken care of. But it's starting to come together. Really. Thinking about maybe adding some statues in and everything, but you got your flamingos, and you can come over and you're going through, you got the pretty waterfall, and then you're gonna flow over to the crocodiles. And then panning out, here's some more of the new buildings. I got the info building with the cabana. That was really interesting. Actually, this is one of the buildings I have up on the Steam workshop, but the path is not there, so you can't actually add the picnic tables to it until you get that on there. If you guys want a tutorial on how I did that, let me know. Leave a comment in the video, and I'll definitely do that. So, but we're coming up to the end here. Again, if you liked it, give me that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. If so, then rock on, and I'll see you guys next time. Talk to you later.